Let's go. Um, what's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Red Divided. Myself, Tommy.
You got Addy here.
You got myself, Ham, aka Marvin Morgan. Rest in peace, brother. Um, a lot of you who watch the visuals will see me wearing this hat. Got it in different colors regularly. Fresh Ego Kid, which is the clothing brand that the brother Marvin Morgan set up. A lot of you would know that, well, not a lot of people, but some people know that Marvin Morgan used to play football, non-league, retired, set up this clothing brand, got a store, got it into Foot Locker, got it into a lot of mainstream high street stores, and suddenly passed away today, which was quite touching to me because I saw him a couple of weeks back when I went to the store to pick up some bits. So yeah, hearing the news was a lot. So yeah, rest in peace to Marvin Morgan, a very, very good brother, man. Rest in paradise, brother, man.
Rest in peace to you. Rest in peace. Yeah, I don't know him personally myself, but obviously I've seen a lot of tribute on social media. So rest in peace to him and praise to his family.
So I thought I needed to get that out there, man. Especially
no worries, bro. This day and age, man, bro, just you have to thank God, man, because he's a young man too, man. He's a very
every day that we get is it's not to be taken for granted.
Trust me, it's a big blessing. It's a big blessing. Cool. All right, cool. Right. Where should we start this week? To be honest, we've got quite a bit to go through. It's a funny week in football. We always say on this podcast that football comes at you real fast. Last week we sat here, we were discussing the Arsenal United game, and Arsenal was 5 points ahead of us, and a week later, we're a point in front of Arsenal. So obviously Arsenal lost 2 games in a row. We might as well get straight to it, get to the first game, which is the United and Arsenal game. I'll go into it first, and I'll obviously allow you guys to share your thoughts on it. For me, I just thought like that game showed just basically demonstrate the good and the bad of both football clubs. From a United perspective, we were just awful the first 10 minutes. Like literally, it was a Chelsea game again. First 10 minutes, because I think Arsenal got corners upon corners, and once again we had to rely on individual brilliance, and that's what got us through anyway. Which I was happy about that. Got the 3 points. What are your thoughts on it, Pam?
Ade is gonna have to speak because I didn't watch the game.
Okay.
So I didn't watch the game. I saw the highlights, the 3-minute highlights on Sky Sports. It was on Amazon. I don't have Amazon. I don't know how to stream matches no more because all my apps don't work. So I followed the game on Flash Score, and then when you lot went 3-2 up, I threw my phone away. So I didn't follow it. So I didn't follow it no more. But from the highlight, I think obviously I've had conversations with people, and apparently both teams were shit. And you guys won the game. So I don't want to talk about it because, like I said, I didn't watch the game. So, but obviously, kudos to you guys. You guys got the 3 points. Ronaldo, big game, big players, got a double. What else? Our first goal. A lot of people were messaging me because obviously people thought I was watching the game about the first goal. So obviously I was on Twitter as well. So Twitter was showing me the clips in it as it was going on, and I didn't understand why my United friends were cussing me, saying that, "Oh, you guys are cheats." Fred stepped on his own player.
Yeah,
and it wasn't a head injury, and we scored. I don't understand what the problem was.
People mixed up what would be nice to happen and what should actually happen, right? Because in an ideal world, the player's injured, but nothing's wrong with it. There's actually nothing wrong with it. So
I think the delay was because they wasn't sure whether the ref blew before the ball went in the net.
Yeah, and they were probably confused as well. That's a very confusing situation to be in.
Yeah.
So the Stockley Park are probably the ones that helped him because he was probably just confused at what do I do now? And it's one of those ones, I think, if it had gone against any team, if it was the other way around, the fans would have felt a bit somehow. But regardless, it was the right decision.
Yeah. I knew it was a goal anyway. As soon as that Sky showed the replay, I knew there was nothing wrong with it. So yeah, it's a hard one to take, but I think the turning point for the game was our goal before half time. Only God knows what could have happened if you don't. I'm not saying we wouldn't have won the game, but I think that's really the turning point in the game because as Ham say, both teams were poor. I won't say Arsenal was poor the first 15 minutes, but I've always said this about Arsenal on the pod. I just don't know what it is. They start off on the front foot, they get a go ahead, and all of a sudden they sit back. They do that time and time again. Literally, United was all over the place the first 5-10 minutes in that game. All over the place. And for some reason, Arsenal got their goal and just sat back. Which is just, I can't understand for the life of me. And Arsenal they tend to do that time and time again. Obviously, we go into today's game. It's another example of Arsenal just not enforcing their dominance in the game and literally you sit back until something happens and all of a sudden want to react. And then like the game's gone away because it was a poor United performance on the day. I'll be honest with you, it was a very, very poor United performance. We should have not won that game. But if Arsenal's gonna play like that, then we'll take it. Do you know what I mean? We'll take the 3 points. Because we should have not won that game. But look, if you guys are going to play like that, we'll definitely take that. So, and I think that 3 points were important for us.
To be honest, I thought we were going to win regardless of how we played. Like before the match, I was just confident, not because I'm confident in who we are, but it was just like it's about time.
Yeah, remember we said that on the pod last week.
Yeah, it was just like it's about time, and that same thing. I didn't care about Ronaldo not playing against Chelsea because I just felt he was going to score against Arsenal. So everything was like, it's going to happen. But I remember watching the match, and all I could think of was, when a team looked like they're trying, like United seemed that they were running hard.
Yeah.
But they weren't running to do anything. If you understand what I mean. Like that's like if you tell me to sum up what I saw from United, it was just like they're running, but then you've run, but you aren't anywhere. You're in the same spot that you were in the first place. So it looked as if they were more trying to prove something than like playing well. But take the win. Like I don't think it was a vintage performance in any way, shape, or form. But at the moment, we just need points. Thanks, Carrick. Cool. Catch you later on, wherever you may end up.
Just on did you see Aubameyang's best hand?
No. I don't think they showed on the highlight. I didn't see it.
Don't talk about Aubameyang.
No, I'm trying to wait. Describe it. How was the miss? I didn't see.
So it was a cross, and it literally just hit to David De Gea. It was through on goal. Someone crossed the ball in and just literally hit to David De Gea.
No, I didn't see it.
Like it was woeful. Like if I was cussing him before, like
Obama blood clot. Yeah,
it's either he's not trying or his confidence.
Yeah, I think it's
finished.
Yeah, I don't think it's him not trying. I just think
because those last chances, like the Newcastle game, the Arsenal game, and today, you can't pick him right because normally Aubameyang, if he's not scoring, doesn't add anything to the game. Now you've got an Aubameyang that's not scoring, not adding anything to the game, and his confidence must be done. Mm-hmm. So he might as well send him to play with the under. What age groups do you guys have?
23s, 18s,
14. 14. He'll score against those ones.
Yeah. Cool. So,
what do you feel about Michael Carrick though? Michael Carrick leaving.
Don't care.
Like leaving the club completely.
Don't give a damn, bro.
Yeah, don't care.
Didn't care. Wasn't shocked. Yeah. Shocked or not shocked?
Nah.
I wasn't shocked. But I think he's going at it.
Yeah. So sorry, my default is when a new manager comes in, most of them bring in their own players anyway, or their own team.
Mm.
And all of that, United through and through, it don't mean shit, bro. It don't mean shit. So bring someone else. We've had through and through for the last 3 years. It didn't really do us anything. So let like Carrick go. I hope he does very well. Like, I'm not even trying to say anything bad about him, but I just don't see it as anything. People, I say, I don't care. Let him get another job and do what he's doing. It's not a big deal.
I think he clarified it himself anyway in his interview. He said that when he first retired, he was supposed to take a break. He promised his family that he was going to take a break, and he didn't. He didn't obviously fulfill that promise, and he just thought this is another opportunity. So he definitely made it seem as if it was his choice. No one pushed him out. But I think either way, it was only the sensible thing to do. If you got a new coach in, let him bring his own team. And I think, to be fair, the reason why some of them guys are probably still in the job and haven't left it because Ralf said that a lot of his team are currently in a job. So, and he can't possibly pull them up for 6 months. He has nothing to offer them. He doesn't have anything more than 6 months to offer them. So I'm guessing that's why it's still got a lot of the coaching staff in. So I think they have to be strategic with it in terms of what coaching teams to bring in. He said he's still going to bring 1 or 2 in, but the majority of his main coaching staff are all in work.
He brought in his number 2, didn't he?
He brought in one of them, yeah.
So so look, all the best. Like Michael Carrick is one of my all-time favorites. So nothing to do with him as a player, but
nothing negative. Just it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just it's just got to move on, man.
Personally, I want him to join the England setup. That's what I want. As soon as I heard that he was leaving, I thought, okay, cool. I hope Gareth gives him a call, and even if it's a conversation, and just see where his head is at. If he wants to come on a part-time basis or something, but I hope Michael is involved with England, even if it's the under-21s to help Lee Carsey out. I know Julian Lescott's down there with Ashley Cole, so if Michael goes there, or with the first team with Gareth and Steve Holland and Chris Parr. But I wish Michael all the best. Love Michael Carrick as a player, and I think he done. I think he acquitted himself really well in the 3 games with United. Was it Villarreal, Chelsea, and us? And I don't think he lost any of the 3 games, right?
Yeah.
And I know he said, and I know he said something about Fred in terms of he tweaked his position. So, and Fred looks well. He played well the other day when I watched him.
BR, give him the Ballon d'Or.
He played well the other day when I watched him. So,
BR.
So
his best game was probably yesterday, but there's no point.
He got 2 assists against Arsenal as well, you know.
Yeah, man. But so when you're running into your own keeper, man. But I don't know what's going on there. I know the amount of times we talked on this podcast, how many times United players run into each other. It just doesn't make sense.
They're all colorblind.
When you're running into your own keeper, it wasn't the ideal start. We might as well move on because if I didn't watch the game, obviously the listeners will want an Arsenal perspective. But if you didn't watch the game, we might as well just
other games.
Other games. All right, cool.
Did you watch tonight's game?
I watched the game.
We'll dig into tonight's game in a bit. Adi, you didn't get to watch the first half of Ralf United's first.
I didn't watch any of it, you know. So
this doesn't boil down well for the listeners.
Nah. Was it on Sky Sports?
No, it wasn't.
Nah, it wasn't.
So how did you watch it?
You know,
I watched the United game. My dad's got a stream, so I was with my dad.
Yeah, I hate legal people. So I missed it. I think first half I was out there making money in it. That's my thing on the weekend. But so I missed the first half, and I remember calling Tom straight away to say like how they playing, because obviously I understand it's only it's only a day's training, but has there been anything we can see at all? And obviously Tom said it was like there's a bit of a change in the gameplay and stuff, but then got home, realized it wasn't on Sky, and then tried to watch it on Match of the Day. But I've never been so disinterested in watching the game on Match of the Day. Like I wanted to watch the full thing, because Match of the Day only gives you glimpses, and I'm like, nah, I want to actually fully analyze how we're doing. As much as anything, we could have still lost from what I did see. So obviously things haven't fully changed, but hopefully we're going in the right direction. It sounds as if we've picked up. Whether or not we can sustain it physically is another thing entirely, but hopefully with a few training sessions in January, since there ain't going to be much time in this December, we'll start to see a few significant changes.
Yeah. Obviously, you called me in the first half. I mean, after the first half, and I thought the first half was actually really good. In terms of how we set out, he was playing 4-2-2-2, and with all the talk of like Ronaldo not being able to press and all sorts, he was doing exactly that, and we was actually pressing in as a team. We was winning the ball. I think the stats also showed it. I think that's the first time we won the ball. I think we won it in the opposition half. Was it the box 12 times? And we haven't done that. I can't remember. The last time we've done that was when Fergie was at United, which is atrocious. It's atrocious, and that's just the first 45 minutes. My only concern is, as Ade said, I think when you called me after the first half, I said that to be able to play like that, it takes a toll on you physically, and I don't think our players are physically fit. I don't think they've been drilled in training physically in terms of like pushing their body to the limit. Because in order for you to play like that, you have to be like your cardio level must be insane. And I was concerned that we won't be able to sustain it for like 90 minutes, which is true. So we weren't able to sustain it. So in the second half, what I actually wanted was just for us to score. Even a 1-0 victory was going to do me. And we got exactly that. The second half wasn't as pretty as the first half. The first half was pretty good, to be honest with you, from my perspective. And it actually looks as if we have a plan. And I think that's the most important thing, that the team was actually playing in accordance to
Ole also had a plan. His plan was not to have a plan.
So it looks as if we actually had a plan. And and second half wasn't that great, but we got the goal we needed. I think the only thing the first half we needed was a goal.
That goal was nice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good goal.
Okay.
And then,
Good swinger though. A good goal.
So
not as good as Lucas Moura's, but it was
Ooh.
right.
Yeah, Lucas Moura's goal. There you go.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think we've got Norwich next. I think we've got obviously, as you said, we have short time during the December period in terms of the amount of games that we have. But we do have a decent run of games.
We've got the best features for this period.
Thank you, Ade. I was about to say, decent is an understatement of the year.
It's the best mix for December.
Yeah, so
No, Ade, you don't play a top team until March the 1st. Man City.
Bro, you can't be playing top teams in December. You'll just be dying.
Dying. So
run is mad.
Yeah, so we'll definitely take that, because if we do need to implement all your ideas, it's against the opposition, the likes of like Norwich, and you want to be doing it again. So
as if they don't deal with us. They should have beaten Spurs, but Spurs is just, they didn't want to score some goals.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing with those teams, isn't it? They don't tend to take their chances. So with our run of games, I'll definitely take that. Definitely take that. What are you saying, Ham? You watched the game. You watched our game, innit? What are your thoughts on Ralf?
Yeah, good man. Good. Interesting that 4-2-2-2, 4-2-2-2-2-2-2-2 system. But it was when he broke it down as well. I love all that stuff about football. It's not just watching it. I love all that insight and explaining why people do it. It's the reason why Pep Guardiola is my second dad. Just breaking everything down. So it was interesting to see when Ralf broke it down, the reason why he went with Sancho and Bruno as the 2 10s, and to see it actually come to fruition on the pitch. So yeah, it looked good. I don't know whether that will be his go-to for the rest of the games. But my only takeaway was, because I tweeted it and I messaged my other brethren who's United fan, Wan-Bissaka doesn't get back into this team. With Dallow's performances, Wan-Bissaka doesn't, there's no need for him. Like literally, you know how I feel about fullbacks that offer nothing going forward. He offers nothing going forward. So, and Dallow offers a lot going forward, and I will take that. Me personally, Ham, I will take that as a fullback. I don't want my fullbacks to be ultra defensive. It's just my opinion, isn't it? Some people prefer their fullbacks to be shit on the football, but stop crosses. So I don't give a shit about that. Can you help us in the build-up? So that's what I took away from the United game. I thought Palace, they huffed and puffed, but I couldn't see them scoring at all. And United got the 3 points. Good goal by Fred. But yeah, I just don't see Wan-Bissaka getting back into this team.
Yeah, it's funny you said that because I said that to Ale too on Sunday. I said the exact same thing. The only issue with Dalot is just defensively he's not that great. It's even not that great is an understatement. He's actually poor defensively. Hopefully he can improve that aspect of his game. Considering what Wan-Bissaka, Dalot offers us going forward compared to Wan-Bissaka is a massive difference. Massive. There was a pass that Dalot played to our first goal against. No, is that our first goal? Ronaldo
against
scored.
us. Against us. The reverse with the left foot.
Yeah, reverse.
Oh,
Wan-Bissaka will never make that pass in a million years.
Wan-Bissaka would have broke his left leg.
Yeah, his brain would have frozen. I don't think he could think of doing that. So.
Not in a million years. Do you know what I mean? Not in a million years. And with that, he's never really been given the chance at United, but you can understand why. Because I don't know why. Yeah, I just don't know what it is with him. His lack of concentration. It's poor reading of the game sometimes when it's defended. But going forward, there's no doubt about him going forward. If he can get him playing, then yeah. I think my main concern I was telling Ade with that for me with the way we played on Sunday was probably we need better personnel in the middle of the park. Obviously the likes of it's great us pressuring up top, but it's also what matters is what you do with the ball when you do get it. And I just feel like with the likes of McTominay and Fred, they're always we know that's their strength, right? Pressuring players and winning the ball back, but it's what they do with the ball once they get it. I don't think if you go across the league, I'll be very surprised if these two are not top 5 on the amount of times they've lost the ball. There must be. I don't know what the stats is for. This guy's.
You can throw Thomas Partey in there with them too.
Can I ask a question? Why is Partey always shooting? Obviously, maybe I haven't watched him play that, but does he score a lot of long range goals?
You see when he shoots, yeah, I'm already waiting for the goalkeeper to take a goal kick.
I'm just and why they let him take free kicks sometimes? Because I'm there must be something up.
No, because he scores them in training for Ghana.
I'm very confused. All the time. I'm just why? Why is he kicking the ball out?
And he's guaranteed to have 1 or 2 at least every game.
Every game.
Yeah, like I said, when he shoots, I'm just waiting for the goalkeeper to take a goal kick.
If I'll be very surprised. The amount of times this guy's lose the ball, it's unreal. It's all great winning the ball back for us, but if you're
I think we're going to say that. Sorry to cut you, T. I think what the point you're making is always going to be valid, but I think you can make this point every week until United get new personnel. You'll always have that concern about your midfield.
Yeah,
I just think the personnel is just not good enough. So it's until you guys get midfielders like Tchouaméni, just proper midfielders that can handle the football. United fans are going to say this every week.
Bro, obviously I know, but I'm talking in terms of my concern of of his tactics. So yeah, we're always going to say that because it's not about making the right pass. They don't know how to protect them. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like someone like Kante, for example. It's not the greatest passes, but it's about using your brain and understand your limitation and not doing what you know you're not capable of doing. Giving the ball to someone that can do it. So, you win the ball back. Look for someone. You don't need to make that 30-yard pass.
Guess who's lost the ball the most this season?
Who?
Fred.
Wilfred Zaha.
Oh.
No, but I don't mind that though. I don't mind someone like that who's trying to make things happen.
He's a bum.
No, but I'm saying in the context of I'll be more thinking about middle of the park.
The players at the top of the list are all players that try to make things happen.
Exactly. So I don't mind that. I don't mind
all of them.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just so with them guys, so it's just about, as I said, them understanding the limitation. You don't have to try that 50-yard pass. Just give it short to a Bruno, give it short to a Rashford or something. Do that. And I think by player understanding limitation and know like even the small things you do, people appreciate that more. And I think that's the issue. And I think not that we can't do well with them playing, we can, but it's just them understanding that look, I'm not a great passer. Let me just pass it short. Let me give it to like the Bruno, the Pogba's
limitations.
Yeah, it's literally that's all it is, man. That's all it is with them. But look, as Ham said, we're just literally we'll be here every week talking about it because nothing changes. Absolutely nothing changes every week.
Ralph said he likes Fred though. Ralph said he likes Fred a lot. So
yeah, it's all good. We'll
see what he does with him. We'll see what he does with him.
As Ade said, like everyone was working hard, but they weren't actually doing anything. It's all great working hard. But if you're not doing anything, then
that's the one thing I could take away from that Arsenal match.
If you're not, it just doesn't make sense. But yeah, so yeah, we'll take that, man. We'll take that. Look, and we just need some serious points in this run of games, man. If we can get that to happen, then
because this top four is not going to be easy, you know.
Yeah, of course, bro. Like West Ham, I feel like West Ham.
They're not getting nowhere, bro.
They're not going nowhere, but they're
going to be there for the whole season.
I feel like they have to recruit in December. I don't think they'll be there.
January.
In January.
100%,
if they don't buy in January, then they might as well forget it.
I was shocked they didn't do enough. I don't know how you guys felt, but I genuinely think they didn't do enough in the summer.
Yeah,
I mean, I know they brought in Vlasic and they brought in Kral, but Kurt was massive for them. But I still don't think they've done enough.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If Ogbona's out for a sustained amount of time, and we don't know how long Kurt's going to be out for. I know he's supposed to have a scan yesterday or today, and obviously West Ham will let us know how long he's out for. But then that means they'll only have Diop and Dawson to do the Europa League and the Prem. And that's also hoping that Antonio's hamstrings last for the whole season. Yeah. So they have to do business. They have to get Jesse back, and they have to get enough. They have to do like 2 or 3.
Yeah, they didn't do
in January to make up for what they didn't do.
Yeah,
in the summer, and also just because teams buy in January anyway.
Yeah, I think they definitely have to.
But they will be there for the whole season, though, for me anyway.
Yeah, I feel like my concern going into the season, the reason why I thought they weren't going to be there, they were not going to be there, is because I didn't feel like they've done enough in the summer. And we go into January with December, with the run of game coming up in December. Like, look, it was a great game on Saturday. They won, well done to them, but
that was a good game.
You can't play at that intensity with the same players 2-3 times a week. That will eventually take the toll on the players. So they definitely have to freshen up.
You got a week off this week, though. You got a week off. They can go rest.
Yeah, he can send the youngsters. He can send the youngsters.
The fruit. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so he can basically just rest them this week. But
what was you going to say about the top 4, Tom? You was going to say, or was it you, Ade, that said?
Yeah,
I think you're going to make a point about who's going to be challenging for the top 4.
Yeah. So what was it? Yeah. So when we won, I looked at the table and I was like, it's joyful, but we're not guaranteed nothing. Like you look at West Ham there. If we want to or not, you have to factor in Arsenal. If we like it or not, you have to factor in Spurs as well. And I'm like,
Conte,
yeah. And I'm like, shit, this is gonna be tight. Like, forget the top 3. This 4th position, no one's guaranteed anything.
We got our own little league going on down
here. I'm like, forget names. Everyone. Someone has to miss out.
League going on.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 people have to miss out. It's not an option.
What's that league that we used to play in every Thursday? What was it called? Every Wednesday. What was it called?
Dream Leagues.
Dream Leagues. That's it. We got our own little Dream Leagues going on down here.
It's gonna be hard, man. Nothing's guaranteed to anyone, and I'm not gonna bank on it because look at Spurs, especially if they give Conte money too to strengthen in January. But then the thing it is in January is, what top player are you really gonna get in January?
You don't need a top player.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You just need better than what you got.
Yeah, exactly. You're taking the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
So what? You feel like the Spurs midfield now, because that's probably where they're lacking, to be honest with you, and the centre backs too, to be honest. Midfield and centre backs. Just add an extra body to it, and they're fine.
No, not just add an extra body. like Ade said, add
Yeah,
better
it doesn't.
than what
Yeah,
they
it doesn't
have,
need to
which is
be.
not hard. Which is not
Which
hard.
is
To
not
add
hard.
better than Skip
Yeah,
and Eric Dyer. It's not,
yeah,
and Davison Sanchez. That's 3 players
it's not
that they just
hard.
have to go and get better than them 3.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. On the top of my head, I can't really think of who they can get.
There's players out there. That's what I was going to say. The point I was going to make on top of Ade's was a top manager like a Conte or whoever else is it, David Moyes or whatnot, will know what players can help him in the system that they want to play. That's better than what they already have, especially Conte. Conte will have a list of probably 5 names he's already given Daniel
and we
Levy.
can take for most leagues.
Yeah, and
In
they
all
don't need to
honesty,
be, because you see what he done with Inter Milan. He didn't go and get top players. He went and got Ashley Young, Victor Moses, Darmian, and he won a league. As long as I got players that can fit into the system that I want to implement here, I'm good. I can get you top 4. That's probably what he told Daniel. I can get you top 4.
Well, Premier League we are the Premier League. You can go to a team like Sluso or something and take one of their star midfielders. Go to like Fiorentina, take one of their players.
Cool. We'll see anyway. We'll see how whether any other transfer in January helps anybody out.
But by the way, Ade, I know you mentioned Arsenal, but I'm not dragging top 4 with you, Sha. For all the listeners out there, I'm said it. You guys know what my prediction was at the start of the season. Number 7. I guess where Arsenal. Guess where Arsenal are at the table right now. 7.
Yeah, I dare. No, you are there. You are there with us.
My team and my expectations are aligned right now. We're very much in sync right now.
We're all dining at the same table, the kiddies table.
No,
and a couple of weeks ago, I did say, as long as I hang on to West Ham's coattails, I've had a good season, and I'm still not moving away from that. As long as I'm just alongside West Ham or somewhere thereabouts, I'm good, man. West Ham are having a blinding season, man. David Moyes pick you up each and every time.
Cool. Obviously, let's just go on to Arsenal. Obviously, I know you're saying that you're not hanging on to like the top 4 hole.
No, of course not, man. We have two 8th place finishes.
Well, then, like, just looking at the games, for example, look, I think you discussed this at the beginning of the season in terms of like, obviously, you predicted that you felt like if someone's going to drop out of the top 4, it's going to be more likely to be Manchester United. With it being up for grabs, why shouldn't Arsenal really like go for it? Because like when I watch your game, as I said, like once Arsenal plays football, you are a threat to the opposition. But I just don't understand him. Like this, I honestly don't know. It might just be me, but I feel like as soon as you score a goal, it don't matter how quick you score, the guy is already sitting back to defend the lead. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like if you're going to concede 2, 3, concede it, because at this rate, when you're sitting back, you're conceding anyway. And I think as much as we get on Alba too, which I'm not trying to defend Alba because you already know my thought on Alba. I don't think you guys. I don't think you guys also create enough, because once you score a goal, once you score, you're chilling. Like look at this game. Look at today's game, for example. Like. Everton got an equalizer. All of a sudden, you create 2, 3 chances. But where was all of that? If like each of the players are capable of it, bear in mind, like Goodison Park was tense. The fans was on them. Like there was so much noise. Any little mistake Everton made, you guys like same thing when you was at Old Trafford. You guys always fail to capitalize on this. And I don't know for him, man. Look, I just feel like you guys can definitely do better than what he's doing. Like, I just don't understand the fact that he lost to sit back once you guys go ahead. That don't make sense. That honestly don't. But let's go into today's game. What's your thoughts on today's game?
First half was absolutely dog shit from both teams. It's probably one of the worst 45 minutes I've watched. So both teams were shocking, but everyone are shocking anyway. So there's no surprises there. But our transitional play today was just, I've had a heavy heart all day, so I tried not to get angry because I was just thinking about life and all sorts of things. And Tom, you saw the message I put into the group as well.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot to think about. So watching the game today, I didn't want to get no hypertension or nothing. I just wanted to watch the game. And whether we win, lose, or draw, it doesn't really affect me too much. I know Sam put in the group, Ham's given up. I haven't given up. I just know where my team is at. So I'm just roll in with the punches, win, lose, draw, on to the next. But our transitional play in that first half was so frustrating. The build-up play was so bad, and I think that's why the first half was so poor. We got our goal. It was a good goal, actually. So actually a bit of football that we played, but we didn't deserve to win. If we're calling a spade a spade, we did not deserve to win today. We could have won, and we could have snuck a draw with Eddie and Nketiah missing from 1 yard out, and Aubameyang missing, which is missing the target, which is unforgivable. There, we could have still got away with a point. And if we did get a point, it would have literally been that, got away with a point. As bad as Everton were, we were equally as bad. And why we can't get top 4 is that we do not play enough high-level football with any sort of quality for long enough. That's just calling a spade a spade. You say the United game, we might have played well to start with, but then we faded away. And today, apart from that period that you mentioned, T, when we created like 2 or 3 back-to-back, that's the only sustained period. This is Everton away. Everton haven't won in 8. So that now speaks of the opposition that they're playing, i.e. being Arsenal. How bad were we today? Not how bad are we in the grand scheme of things, because we still picked up points elsewhere. But just today was really bad. It was, and we didn't deserve to win. A draw would have been fair-ish, but in saying that, I think Richarlison's second goal was a goal, even though they called it offside.
Yeah.
I thought it was onside. So if that was me, I would have given it. I definitely think Ben Godfrey should have got sent off. So we should have been playing against 10 men from the first half. I don't think that was I don't think it was even up for discussion. He stepped on Tomiyachi's face. VAR should have called it back. Mike should have had to go look at it, and he should have sent him off. End of. But whether that happened or not, it doesn't excuse the fact that we lost 2-1 away to Everton, which is they are a very poor side. Watching them live today, realizing how bad they are. But it just highlights how bad we are, and and why we probably will finish 7th, 8th, because of performances like this.
Nah, but you know,
and then another point I want to make quickly too before you go. This is the part when I really did get angry. I saw Eddie and Nketiah come on at left wing. Well, we're away to Everton. We want to win the game, right? Because Arsenal Football Club, we want to go everywhere and win, especially to Goodison. We bring on a boy who doesn't want to be there, or who hasn't signed a contract, and we've got our record signing in 72 million, Pepe, sitting on the bench. So clearly that means Arteta doesn't fancy Pepe. Just doesn't fancy him. But he's a natural out wide. You bring a guy who's a striker, who's not a striker in my eyes, definitely not an Arsenal level striker, to go play left wing. And then when he gets in front of goal, what does he do? He misses from 2 yards out. And that right there, I couldn't believe what the manager was doing. I don't know what he was thinking. I'd love to see. I haven't watched his post-match interview because obviously we jumped onto this. But I just want to know. I hope someone asks him what was his thought behind bringing Eddie on. Because I know he brought Eddie on at Old Trafford, which I thought was a joke. But I think today was a bigger joke. And well done, Everton, man. And Damari Gray. Lovely.
No, go. I haven't been playing one all day. And then I can't lie. That goal cheered me up.
Lovely goal.
That goal cheered me up. Literally, I've been under the covers all day. I think, you know what, I'm just going to get as much rest as possible before we jump on. And then I've watched it, like you said, the first half was so poor. I'm thinking, Everton, I think I would have sacked him today if Arsenal would have won, because it wasn't so much about